Good morning. Today is Saturday, October 4th, right around 8 a.m. It's filling up all of our chickens' feed. So let's talk about feed. I just want to say, if you're questioning if feed is important, it's very, very important. And I just did a huge um, project just testing that theory. So these are my two feeders. I got this one filled up with feed, just basic feed. Not basic, but feed. And then I just got this one as a free opened um, uh, container where I put feed in as well. And this one's just a reserve just in case they run out of food. I have that as a backup and they can kind of peck at it. But let's talk about food. Um, I bought this vibrant stuff from Walmart. As you can tell, excuse the mess, but this is the vibrant stuff I got from Walmart. I got a whole bunch of it. I got like 5 bags of this Omega pellets, and then I got the crumbles, and then I got their scratch. So I began to mix them all. Look at that. Okay, it looks not bad, but I mixed it all and gave it to my chickens, and they actually do not prefer it. They don't like it at all. Only when they're forced to eat it, they'll eat it. So I got that because it was on sale, right? Thinking I could save on cost and food is all the same for the chickens. But no, these guys can tell. They're not stupid. They're not dumb. So I tested it, and I actually bought this how do you pronounce it? Excuse me if I pronounce your name incorrectly, but Kalmbach is how I would assume to say it. Anyways, I just mixed that with some of this high protein Do More crumble. Meat bird. Essentially, I do use also this 16%. But we're going to the winter months, so I want them to be nice and plumped. Well, I just like nice and plump chickens. But yeah, I went from 1 egg only. Granted, my hens are younger. I sold all the older hens from earlier this season, and I'm focusing more on the black copper Morans. But I sold 7 hens that were mature enough to lay. They were giving me 1 a day. I sold those guys, and then went down to just 1 from switching them to that feed. And then I switched them over to that Kalmbach reserve, henhouse reserve layer feed. And I kid you not, yesterday I got 5 eggs. So what you feed your hens makes a big difference. Don't cheapen out on their food, especially you're selling their eggs for money. They pay for their own food, so make sure you guys are feeding them what they deserve, and they'll give you exactly what you need in return. So it's a full cycle. It's a full circle. But yeah, I'm very proud of my hens, and going forward, I'm not getting anything cheap. I'm getting that Kalmbach is extraordinary, just like they say on this bag. And I am not affiliated with them by any means, but I went from 1 egg to 5 egg yesterday. So and that was, from switching over from this stuff. And then within a week, I started getting eggs. Went from 1 to 5 after selling my 7 hens that were laying. So, yeah, feed really matters. Didn't think so. Look at that. I stocked up on the cheap stuff. So just so everybody knows, it really matters. Don't buy the cheap stuff. I mean, if your hens can get by with that stuff, great. But if not, I wouldn't feed them that cheap stuff. That if you care about your hens and the quality of your eggs, then get some quality food. Not only that, but your hens lay better, and that just says a lot about the feed. So yeah, don't cheapen out like I did, because you're gonna end up wasting more money. And now I gotta take on the burden of getting rid of this stuff, or even just throwing it away. So I might just give it away to whoever wants them. But yeah, do not cheapen out on your feed. I cannot stress that enough. Look at that, they love that stuff. I mean, they peck at it, but I just leave it out. I just do not fill up their feeders for a couple of days, and then they end up picking everything off the ground. So that's also key, where I don't waste a lot of feed. I just when these containers are empty, I leave them empty for a day or two, and then they'll eventually pick up everything on the floor. Look at that. They're just going through all the good stuff. But yeah, like I said, eventually they'll pick up all the stuff off the floor. Just don't waste all your food. Just give them time to eat it all. But yeah, this is our flock right here. This is our flock going into 2026. Maybe we can add a few more pullets to the group, but she's very beautiful. But yeah, I think we got enough of different color, so we'll have a nice little range. That's Big Al right there. See you guys. Thanks for watching.